Hey everyone.
Hi.
That was my daughter. Welcome to day 35 of Bible in a Year. Today we'll be reading Exodus 19 and 20, Romans chapter 1, verses 1 through 15, and Proverbs chapter 3. See, every time I put it, see, that's what it looks like. I don't know why it looks like that. Like my cracked screen. It's nice. That's what it looks like. See, and then you could on that. That was yesterday's. See, and then it tells you all the things. Today is 35. And then you check off each one. It's pretty cool. It says we're on track. Look at that. We are on track, people. On track. It says right there. So there we go. So Exodus 19. My daughter will be done in a minute. Israel at Mount Sinai. In the 3rd month after the children of Israel had gone out of the land of Egypt, on the same day they came to the wilderness of Sinai, for they had departed from Rephidim, had come to the wilderness of Sinai and camped in the wilderness. So Israel camped there before the mountains.
Hello.
I didn't pour the
The hot Coca-Cola yet. Hot Coca-Cola. Hot cocoa.
cacao nibs.
It's all right.
Oh, it's all right. I thought you were not gonna like it.
I saw what kind of hot chocolate you use. Keto hot Coca-Cola.
It's called keto, so there's no sugar. It's like I think it uses stevia.
That's what I said. I said keto.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you, but I think the it's keto because the sweetener is something.
I'm sorry. I thought you heard me say not keto, like something like Kiro or something. Like I accidentally.
This is what we're drinking today. It's keto hot cocoa, Coca-Cola. So premium Dutch cocoa powder, MCT oil, and Himalayan pink salt. Just add water, stir, and enjoy. Ingredients are coconut milk powder, vegan creamer, coconut oil, modified food starch, cocoa powder, tapioca fiber, natural flavors.
I don't like coconut.
Natural flavor, guargum, stevia leaf, extract, silicon dioxide, Himalayan pink salt, MCT oil powder.
What is it with you trying to get me to eat coconut? I'm kidding.
No, I didn't know that was in here, but I bought this a while back. We just haven't had it.
Maybe it's expired.
Oh, you're right. Well, let me see.
Probably not. I don't know.
Could be.
It is it?
August 8th, 2024. We're drinking expired hot chocolate. That's how long ago I bought this. Okay, we'll just set that aside. We'll set that aside. This will be going in the trash can.
Guys, click this thumbs up right now if you love this if this was funny to you.
Anybody want that? No, I'm gonna throw it away. Okay, we'll just set those aside. We'll throw that away. All right. Sorry about that, guys. It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Crumbs in there. Okay. And Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain, saying, "Thus you shall say to the house of Jacob and tell the children of Israel, you have seen what I did to the Egyptians and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now, therefore, if you indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be a special treasure to me above all people, for the earth is mine. And you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and holy nation. These are the words which you shall speak to the children of Israel." So Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before them all these words which the Lord commanded him. Then all the people answered together and said, "All that the Lord had spoken, we will do." So Moses brought back the words of the people to the Lord. And the Lord said to Moses, "Behold, I come to you in the thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you and believe you forever." So Moses told the words of the people to the Lord. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and let them be ready for the 3rd day. For on the 3rd day, the Lord will come down upon Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. You shall set bounds for the people all around, saying, 'Take heed to yourselves, that you do not go up to the mountain or touch its base. Whoever touches the mountain shall surely be put to death. Not a hand shall touch him, but he shall surely be stored or shot with an arrow. Whether man or beast, he shall not live. When the trumpet sounds long, they shall come near the mountain. So Moses went down from the mountain to the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said to the people, "Be ready for the third day. Do not come near your wives." Then it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunderings and lightnings and a thick cloud on the mountain, and the sound of the trumpet was very loud, so that all the people who were in the camp trembled. And Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Now Mount Sinai was completely in smoke because the Lord descended upon it in fire. Its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and a whole mountain quaked greatly. And the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the blast of the trumpet sounded long and became louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him by voice. Then the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mountain, and the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. And the Lord said to Moses, "Go down and warn the people, lest they break through the gaze at the Lord, and many of them perish." So if they look at him, they'll die. Yee.
Dang.
Kukui. I don't know.
Boy.
Kukui. Okay. Also, let the priests who come near the Lord consecrate themselves, lest the Lord break out against them. But Moses said to the Lord, "The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for you warned us, saying, 'Set bounds around the mountain and consecrate it.'" Then the Lord said to him, "Away, get down, and then come up, you and Aaron with you. But do not let the priests and the people break through to come up to the Lord, lest he break out against them." So Moses went down to the people and spoke to them. Chapter 20, the 10 Commandments.
I love the 10 Commandments.
Okay, the 10 Commandments. And God spoke all these words, saying, "I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me."
That is the first commandment.
Mhm.
That's what Douglas talks. Did you ever watch Douglas Talks? It's like a dude that's a puppet, and he has like red hair, and he has like 2 teeth in the middle, and he's green. He looks like a Muppet. And he has a playlist of him talking about 10 commandments in each video. So I already know them already.
Okay, what's
Okay.
number 2 then?
Number 2 is you shall not worship idols.
Look at you. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Below.
The water
You
under
shall
the
not shall not worship idols.
You shall not bow down to them nor serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity
Jealous?
of the yes.
Is that
the
why?
fathers.
Never mind. I'm not saying it.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the 3rd and 4th generations of those who hate me. Did you want to say anything about that?
What? Wait,
About God being a jealous God? Oh,
yeah.
That means that. What does that have to do with jealousy?
I don't know. Like Dad was like he was more fond of his car than he was with God.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe it's kind of like that. Okay, but showing mercy to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Hey, don't touch my dang hole. I'm sorry. She was touching my choir jersey.
6 days you shall labor and do all your work.
Sabbath.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work. You, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger with who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the 7th day.
And made it holy.
Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Hallowed it, which means he made it holy.
Honor your father and your mother.
Oh.
Honor your father and your mother. that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you.
Yeah.
You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. Now, when it says you shall not murder, that means if you don't like someone, you can't go out there and plan to kill them, and that's murder. But if, like, let's say you're a soldier and you're in the army or the Marines or like some type of military and you're killing the enemy, that's not murder. That's
Mm-hmm.
thank you guys all who serve out there in the military.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. That's not what he's talking about here. So, okay, you shall not commit adultery.
That's another one.
All you married people.
Yeah, all you married people, stick to your husband.
Or your wife, yeah.
Yeah, stick to your husband or wife. Yeah.
You shall not steal. You
Don't
shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male servant, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's.
What is that?
What is what?
Covet? I forgot what
Covet, like you want their thing, like you see somebody with a real pretty purse or they have a real pretty outfit or car, and you're like, oh, you just get so mad because you want what they have and you're mad that you don't have it.
There are times I get jealous when I see someone, say a girl with a nice little pretty dress on.
Mm-hmm.
There was but I don't get so mad that I want it.
It's okay that we see a thing and it's like, oh man, I wish I had that, or that's cool, you know. I wish but then when you get to the point where you're like, you're stressing yourself out,
coveting, right?
then then it gets bad.
I don't get mad when I look at when I looked at that dress. I'm like, oh, I wish I had that dress.
Yeah. The people afraid of God's presence. Now all the people witnessed the thunderings, the lightning flashes, the sound of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they trembled and stood afar off. Then they said to Moses, you speak with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said to the people, do not fear, for God has come to test you, and that his fear may be before you, so that you may not sin. So the people stood afar off, but Moses drew near the thick darkness where God was. The law of the altar. Then the Lord said to Moses, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, you have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make anything to be with me, gods of silver or gold, or gods of gold. You shall not make for yourselves. An altar of earth you shall make for me, and you shall sacrifice on it your burnt offerings and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen. In every place where I record my name, I will come to you and I will bless you. And if you make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stone, for if you use your tool on it, you have profaned it. Nor shall you go up by steps to my altar, that your nakedness may not be exposed on it. Okay, so we're done with those two. Romans 1:1-15.
That's Proverbs.
I can see that.
1-15. Chapter 1, verses 1-15.
Greeting. This is Romans 1. Greeting. Paul, a bondservant of Jesus Christ, called to be an apostle, separated to the gospel of God, which he promised before through his prophets in the Holy Scriptures, concerning his Son Jesus Christ, our Lord, who was born of the seed of David according to the flesh, and declared to be the Son of God with power according to the Spirit of holiness by the resurrection from the dead. Through him we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name, among whom you also are the called of Jesus Christ. To all who are in Rome, beloved of God, called to be saints, grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Desire to visit Rome. First, I thank my God through Jesus Christ for you all, that your faith is spoken of throughout the whole world. For God is my witness, whom I serve with my spirit in the gospel of his Son, that without ceasing I make mention of you always in my prayers, making request if by some means now at last I may find a way in the will of God to come to you. For I long to see you, that I may impart to you some spiritual gift, so that you may be established. That is, that I may be encouraged together with you by the mutual faith, both of you and me. Now I do not want you to be unaware, brethren, that I often planned to come to you, but was hindered until now, that I might have some fruit among you also, just as among the other Gentiles. I am a debtor both to Greeks and to barbarians, both to wise and to unwise. So, as much as is in me, I am ready to preach the gospel to you who are in Rome also.
Dang.
In Rome. I've never been, I've always wanted to go to Rome.
How do you leave though?
Been to Rome. Okay.
Yeah, leave that.
Proverbs chapter 3. Guidance for the young. This is to guide you, young people. My
Yeah.
son, do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they will add to you. Let not mercy and let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart, and so find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. That's a popular one.
That's why you underlined it?
Yeah. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine. My son, do not despise the chastening of the Lord, nor detest his correction. For whom the Lord loves, he corrects. You know how sometimes I correct you, and you don't despise that.
You do that because you love me.
Right, and your teachers too, they're trying to correct you, and you get mad because they're critical. It says, do not despise that. Do not despise the chastening of the Lord.
Mom, there are times when there's a woman that's correcting me, and I already know what I'm doing. I know that I'm gonna do that, and they correct me. They correct me with it. That really annoys me because it makes me think that they think I'm stupid.
Well, no, they don't think you're stupid. They just don't want you to think that, oh, I'm doing this the wrong way and this is the right way. They just want to straighten.
That's what annoys me when they're like, when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this test. I'm like, oh, Ariel, you're gonna take this test. I'm like, okay, I know.
Well, try to if it's somebody like me or a teacher, somebody of your elder that you're supposed to respect, try to hold that back. It's like try to not disrespect, because that just disrespectful. If someone says, Ariel, you're gonna take this test and you already know it, just say okay, thank you, and just hold back your anger. Because it takes a better person to hold that back than to just get all mad and burst out. I mean, I struggle with that too. If somebody talks about like, I know, but you have to, if it's somebody that you're supposed to be respecting, like my boss, I can't talk to him.
Okay,
I can't talk to him like that. If he tells me something that sometimes he tells me, sometimes you argue with me. I'm like, well,
the angry face.
You have to say it in a nice way. You like if you already knew that you were supposed to take the test, say, oh, thank you, but I already knew that, but thank you. Like say it nicely.
Well, yeah, I forget.
It's all about the attitude and the tone of your voice. Because you could say, like if it's Ariel, you're going to take this test, you can say, I know, or Ariel, you're going to take this test. Oh, thanks for letting me know, but I knew, but yeah, thanks. Yeah. See, that's different.
Sorry, I always thought they think I'm stupid. Like I can't.
No, they don't think you're
like
stupid.
they think I can't think on my own. I can.
Okay. Yeah, you can.
Yes,
that's
I
true.
can.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I always thought that they think I'm not smart enough to figure it out, but I can.
They're just trying to make you not do the wrong thing. But like I said, it's all about your attitude. Just make sure your attitude and your tone of voice is not disrespectful.
After the stream, I gotta tell you something.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to tell you what I learned in third period.
Nice.
Okay, go.
For whom the Lord loves, he corrects, just as a father, the son in whom he delights. Happy is the man who finds wisdom and the man who gains understanding. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. Length of days is in her right hand, in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy are all who retain her. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth. By understanding, he established the heavens. By his knowledge, the depths were broken up, and clouds dropped down the dew. My son, let them not depart from your eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, so they will be life to your soul and grace to your neck. Then you will walk safely in your way, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down, and your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror, nor of trouble from the wicked when it comes. For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in the power of your hand to do so. Do not say to your neighbor, "Go and come back, and tomorrow I will give it," when you have it with you. Do not devise evil against your neighbor, for he dwells by you for safety's sake. Do not strive with a man without cause, if he has done you no harm. Do not envy the oppressor and choose none of his ways. For the perverse person is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret counsel is with the upright. The curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the just. Surely he scorns the scornful, but gives grace to the humble. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the legacy of fools. Shame,
Read
the
that
legacy of-
again.
the last verse.
Yeah.
The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the legacy of fools. So if you're a fool, you're gonna inherit shame will be upon you. If you're just a fool who do stupid things,
The wise shall
Gonna be shame.
inherit glory, which means
if you use wisdom to do things,
Mhm.
you'll have glory. Like it'll be good for you to have,
life
have
will be
wisdom,
good for you.
to be wise about things.
Yeah.
To be wise. Like
Yeah.
if you get $100 and you're wise with it, like you put 10 to tithe and you save $20.
I like that.
And then you use the $70 to spend, and then you save that. That's wise.
Okay,
But if you're
highlight.
not wise, you spend everything, and that's just a sample example.
I like that. That sounds awesome. The one that I really had to learn today was the one about the correcting one, because I've been actually having an issue at school with that.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
I was
right
like,
now.
I was like,
Okay, guys,
we'll talk.
bye.
Bye.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.